about DDP? Back to him, right? He hasn't lost in the UFC. He's like 21, 22-2 overall. He's got 2 title defenses, a lot of champions that he's gone through that are on his resume. Mike, I know it's too early. We're not even going to go there with the Anderson Silva, maybe even the Izzy comparisons, even though he has the win over Izzy. But then there's other guys that you can pull away from, right? Like your Weidmans, Rich Franklin's. Is that where DDP is in your eyes, or has he even surpassed Adesanya because of the head-to-head?
No, definitely has not passed Adesanya in my mind. He needs a little more for that. But yeah, I think like that group that you mentioned, the Rich Franklins, the Chris Weidman, he's right there. And I'd probably put him like on the upper end of that, right about to break through into that next tier. Of course, if he beats Khamzat Chimaev, who we all expect to be the next challenger, I think that really pushes things over the limits. Then I think we can start maybe having the conversation a little bit more about Israel Adesanya, but he's still far from Anderson Silva. He needs, I think, to get to at least like 5, 6. He needs to pass Izzy for sure in title defenses, and then we can start having that conversation. But yeah, he's solid here, but the toughest part here is going to be the next one. And if he gets through that, I'd be very interested to revisit this conversation then.
Goes, do you agree, or is it what have you done for me lately? Do you have DDP even, getting closer to those other two?
Nah, I think he's still got some work to do, but he's kind of in a good spot, almost like Bilal Muhammad, where you look at the trajectory and the guys that are available for him to beat. I think it sets him up nicely, but it's going to take some time for that to happen. I think the way he fights kind of doesn't really help him too much, but I think the people that are available for him to get some skins on the wall, I think it's going to help him a lot, but it's going to take a while to even put him up there with a guy like Anderson Silva.
Yeah. All right. I think we all kind of are in agreement. Danny, you can object if you want, but I'm going to bring something else to you here. He did call out DDP, Alex Pereira. So he's kind of, I don't know if that it's in his head already where when a champion wins, they're already thinking about that second title rather than really, really like cementing their own division. Are you open to that? Are you warm to even him and Pereira talk?
100%. That is something that I'm interested in, and I'm very much interested in Dricus' approach, because he's not wanting, like a lot of these champions, as soon as they win their belt or get a title defense, to want to jump up and get a second belt. He wants to take care of business at 185, sort of clean out the division, and then go for Mr. Shama. I think that's the way to do it. I know this guy has been criticized a lot, but I think he's doing things extremely right at this point in time. And if he were to beat Khamzat Chimaev, I'd be pretty comfortable in putting him at number 3. I think right now it's pretty close with him and Chris Weidman, but keeping in mind that he finished Robert Whittaker. I know it's not a title defense, but he still finished a former champion in a very good point of his career, finished Adesanya, beat Strickland twice. He's really taken out all the 185 champions of recent years, except Alex Pereira. So if he were to do that at 205, if he just were to add those 2 victories, Alex Pereira and Khamzat Chimaev, and I know that's a big if, but if he were to do that, man, I think maybe we're even doing having a conversation about him surpassing Israel Adesanya. I don't know. Certainly, sort of his the crop of contenders that he's getting now is much tougher than probably the ones that Adesanya was getting at the beginning of his reign. But to sum up the question, I'm 100% interested in this fight. I think it makes all the sense in the world, just not now. Let him get past Chimaev. Let Shama get past Ankalaev, 2 big ifs. And then if that happens, I think that fight could make a lot of sense.